Target Eye, market updates on stocks and cryptocurrency. Welcome to Target Eye, where we bring you today's essential updates from the stock and cryptocurrency markets. As markets react to various economic data, earnings reports, and macro trends, we'll dive into how stocks and cryptocurrencies performed, key events impacting the markets, and what analysts are forecasting. Let's start with the stock market and then switch gears to the dynamic world of crypto. Today, the stock market mention whether it was an upward or downward trend, for example, a slight dip as investors weighed ongoing economic pressures. In the U.S., the major indices, including the S&P 500, Dow Jones Industrial Average, and NASDAQ, were influenced by mention any specific events like Federal Reserve announcements, unemployment data, inflation rates, etc. The S&P 500 closed at mention the level in performance, with sectors like mention top-performing sectors outperforming. The Dow Jones Industrial Average ended at mention the level, affected by movements in blue-chip stocks, such as name a few companies. The Nasdaq showed mention trend, reflecting the performance of high-growth technology stocks, including leaders like mention companies such as Apple, Tesla, or Google. Technology. Tech stocks faced mention trend as investors remain cautious about high valuations amidst rising interest rates. Big players like mention names are responding to both regulatory pressures and changing consumer demand. Financials. This sector mention movement on mention relevant factors such as inflation, interest rate updates, or recent earnings reports. Banks like mention names have adjusted their forecasts based on consumer spending trends. Energy. The energy sector showed mention movement, largely influenced by changes in oil prices. With ongoing geopolitical concerns and OPEC Plus output decisions, energy companies like mention names are seeing fluctuations. Today's performance was also influenced by corporate earnings reports from major companies. For instance, mention specific company posted a mention positive or negative earnings, surprise, missing analysts' expectations. Economic indicators like mention any relevant data, such as CPI, unemployment rates, or GDP, were also crucial. These data points provide insights into the overall economy, affecting everything from consumer discretionary stocks to industrials. Investors are currently balancing optimism about potential economic resilience with concerns about inflation and Federal Reserve policy. As a result, market sentiment is mention general sentiment, bullish, bearish, or cautious. Key takeaways for stock investors include staying informed about sectors with strong fundamentals while being cautious of sectors heavily reliant on economic stability. Now, let's turn our attention to the cryptocurrency market, which continues to be as volatile and exciting as ever. Today, the cryptocurrency space mention upward or downward trends, with top coins like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and others reflecting changes in risk sentiment and regulatory developments. Price movement. Bitcoin traded at approximately mention price today, seeing mention rise or fall in percentage. Its performance was influenced by mention any significant factors like macroeconomic news, regulatory decisions, or major institutional moves. Analysis. With rising or decreasing interest from institutional investors, Bitcoin remains highly sensitive to global economic indicators. If relevant, mention events like BTC ETFs, halving cycles, or significant wallet movements by whales. Price movement. Ethereum closed at mention price, reflecting mention percentage change. Ethereum's value was affected by mention factors like DeFi activity, changes in gas fees, or institutional involvement. Outlook. Analysts expect Ethereum to mention any trends like increased adoption in DeFi or NFT markets, as network upgrades aim to improve scalability and reduce transaction costs. Ripple, XRP. Ripple continues to navigate regulatory challenges, with its price closing at mention price. Investors are watching the ongoing lawsuit with the SEC, which could set a precedent for other digital assets. Solana, SOL, and Cardano, ADA. These high-performance blockchain platforms are gaining attention for their applications in DeFi and NFT ecosystems. Today, Mention any noteworthy moves or partnerships in these or similar altcoins. Despite some skepticism, the cryptocurrency market remains attractive to retail and institutional investors alike. The total market capitalization for cryptocurrencies is around mentioned figure, reflecting mentioned trend, for example, a decrease due to profit-taking. Volume analysis shows that investor sentiment is mentioned general sentiment, like cautiously optimistic as investors look for regulatory clarity, or bearish due to concerns over. Recent statements from regulatory bodies like the SEC or global central banks have raised questions about the future of crypto regulations. Investors and developers alike are closely watching how governments worldwide respond to the rise of decentralized finance, DeFi, and crypto-based financial products. For those invested in cryptocurrencies, it's essential to monitor how external economic conditions, particularly interest rates and inflation, could affect risk sentiment in the market. Altcoins with strong development communities like Ethereum and Solana continue to show long-term potential due to innovation in smart contracts and decentralized applications. Today's market movement underscores the fundamental differences and parallels between stocks and crypto. Stocks offer a more stable investment environment, backed by corporate earnings and traditional economic indicators. In contrast, the cryptocurrency market remains highly speculative, but offers high growth potential for those willing to withstand volatility. The stock market is generally less volatile than the cryptocurrency market, which can see double-digit percentage swings within hours. However, certain stocks, especially in the tech sector, can be almost as volatile as cryptocurrencies. Stocks often appeal to long-term investors seeking steady growth, whereas cryptocurrencies can offer high-risk, high-reward scenarios attractive to short-term traders. Investors are advised to diversify portfolios with a mix of stocks and a smaller allocation to cryptocurrencies to balance potential returns and risks. Stock markets are driven largely by corporate performance and macroeconomic conditions. Crypto markets, on the other hand, are heavily influenced by factors like technological innovation, regulatory news, and investor sentiment. Given these differences, it's essential to tailor investment strategies depending on risk tolerance, investment goals, and understanding of each market's unique dynamics. In summary, today's market performance highlights the ongoing challenges and opportunities in both the stock and cryptocurrency markets. Stocks may offer more stability, but cryptocurrencies provide exposure to a fast-evolving digital economy. Whether you're a seasoned investor or just starting, stay informed, diversify, and consider both short-term movements and long-term trends in each market. Thank you for tuning into Target Eye for today's market update. Don't forget to subscribe for daily insights and leave a comment below with your thoughts on the current market. See you in the next update. This concludes our deep dive into today's stock and cryptocurrency markets. Make sure to hit the like button if you found this helpful, and consider subscribing to stay updated on the latest financial news. Until next time, happy investing!